this Daily Dose of Darrell Viewers Digest covering November 15th through the 21st. This digest includes 7 segments, one for each day. Watch them every day or watch them all at once. It's your choice. Monday Magic, the real magic's in our heart.
And one day Joyce called. Now sometimes I don't have time, but today I had a lot of time on my hands, about 15 minutes. And so when Joyce called, I just started talking with her like I'm talking with you, man. She was falling out of her seat laughing, and I had her in stitches. We were having the best time. She forgot she was at work, and things were, you know, if you tell a marketer and you get somebody that's happy talking with you, you're like gonna soak it up, you know, because you just say, don't call me anymore. And so she was just having the best time, and I know finally her supervisor probably got to looking at the clock, telling her she's got to go. So finally she said, I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to hang up on you. Well, it wasn't but 3 minutes later. The same number popped up. I said, hello? She said, my name is Heather. I'm not selling anything, but Joyce said to call this number, I'd have fun.
Humor is not mysterious, but it does have a magical quality. It helps make life run smoother and is all around us everywhere if we open up to it. It can rub off on others and help make their life better, even in their telemarketer cubicle. Tuesday Truth. Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Trees are beautiful. They're majestic, and they're referred to so many times in scriptures. They give us images of God and spiritual things. Many of them were planted generations ago, so others today could have fruit like the apple tree or shade like the big oak. These trees are used so often because of their beauty, their strength, because of the way they reflect light to others. There's so many wonderful, I guess you'd say, lessons there, particularly this time of the year. But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in Him. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. And so the water nourishes the tree, and the tree provides fruit and strength and shade and reflects light to others. This lesson today from the trees is a reminder for us to plant good seeds for those that come behind us, that they might enjoy the benefits not only of trees, but he who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. And so wherever you abide, make sure you abide in the shadow of the Almighty and be willing to plant good seeds for those who follow, that generations to come, they will reap the benefits where they dwell. During the autumn, the leaves are almost literally shouting lessons to each of us. Their beauty is enhanced, their fruit is good, their shadow is comforting, their age is a reminder of others who came before, and their annual cycle points to the cycle of life for all of us. Their comparison to God draws us to a higher power. Wednesday Wisdom.
My name is Dana Roseborough. Well, I was an educator for 31 years. I was a classroom teacher and a media specialist, and then I became an assistant principal. And currently I'm the community engagement coordinator here at Peacehaven Farm. So Peacehaven Farm is a farm where we have all kinds of things happening. We have the garden and the farm area. We also have a house for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Our mission is to connect adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities with the larger community through shared communal living and the sustainable farm. Oh yeah, I'm married. I've been married for 22 years and we have 2 children. I have a 27-year-old son who is a high school band director in Union County, and my daughter is a freshman at UNC Charlotte. I would say that the thing to remember in all these kind of situations, like moms are teachers, and even in this role here, I feel like part of my job as being a teacher, it's all about relationships. So first and foremost, in whatever area you're working in or just living in, build those strong relationships. People will not learn from people they don't like. That's something I've learned. I've learned that time is more important than money. I know that with kids, they're gonna forget 5 years from now what you bought them, let's say for Christmas this year, but they're gonna remember all the time that you spent with them. And so time is important. I think I've also would say to embrace the messiness of life, because learning and life is often messy, but it's, you know, that mess then turns into something beautiful. It's kind of like a cake batter. It's all different ingredients and it's all stirred up and it looks a little messy, but in the end it comes out to be something nice and tasty. I think that's whole relationship piece. Being here at the farm, so we have different parts of the farm. We have the garden, but then we have a house called Susan's View. And that's where our core members live. And they're called core members because they are the core of everything we do. But they live there with home life leaders. But then the community can come in and do volunteer work, volunteer in the garden, and interact with our core members. And so I think that's what's most important here is just the relationships that everybody builds. It really brings in everybody. It could be a little child to someone 99 years old. Everybody's welcome here, and everybody can volunteer here and interact with one another, or just come out and have lunch. It's just all about community. Well, here we try to eat a healthy lunch. That part of the farm is to also sustain the house. So they grow vegetables here and they use those vegetables in the house. We have chickens that will lay eggs for the breakfast, and hopefully one day we're trying to get other animals in here in the future. But lunch is, you know, if you come out for lunch, we can cook for you, or you can just bring your own. That's what I do. I bring my own. And we often sit out here when it's nice at the picnic tables and eat, but we can also go in the house and have a nice meal together. Well, the idea started before 2007. So there's a man named Buck Cochran and his wife Kathy, and then their friends Susan and Tim Elliott. And they both families had sons who were special needs, and so they had this dream of a way to bring community to people with disabilities. So around 2007 is when I believe they bought this property. I think it's 89 acres of land actually here.
89 acres, they said. Want to go on a ride, they said. How long can that be, I said. Especially when Mary Lang McDade, future NASCAR driver, is at the wheel, sharing the dream of development. And man, there's potential for development in 89 acres. It's a beautiful setting. They have great trails, lots of space. Already solar energy is powering the entire farm. There are many natural resources and great staff people and helpers and volunteers from the community. And so you might say, what's missing at this lakefront beauty? Well, it's you and your friends. We need you.
And then around 2014, Susan's View was built with the help of Habitat for Humanity, and the gardens were all built. As soon as the board votes, we're going to be breaking ground on a new community center. We're going to have a big community center to be able to engage more people from the community. People who have disabilities will be able to come in and do activities, and then people who don't just come in and interact together. Eventually, the plan is to build additional houses that will be down the road. But then, however many houses we can build, that's the number of core members that we'll be able to bring in and you know, help interact with the community. Yes, so every year we do have something called a harvest celebration, which we just had, and the sign here and some of our decorations, everybody came out. But currently we're in that season of giving, so anybody can get involved in our Seeds of Hope campaign. So we have peacehavenfarm.org. Anybody can go to our website, check us out on Facebook, and there's a button there for donate to our Seeds of Hope, and that's what makes all of this possible and helps us connect our core members to the community.
We all teach every day, so build stronger relationships. Community is important. Value time more than money. Embrace life's messiness. And you know, cake batter is messy, but it comes out tasty. Thursday, thrill. November 18th is significant and has its own thrill for many reasons you may not know. Each day always becomes important through the years in many ways. Make each day count. According to legend, it was on November 18th, 1307, that William Tell shot the apple off of his son's head. They even have a statue, because they didn't have cameras back then, but this is a statue. And you know, according to history, the first book was printed in England, and it was Canterbury's Tales, because that's the first time they had a date on one. Who's Nathaniel Brown Palmer? November 18th, 1820. He was 22 years old and was the first American to discover the Antarctic Peninsula. Later, he helped design the first clipper ships. The second National Suffrage Organization, established 1869 on November 18th, was the American Woman's Suffrage Association. Unlike the others, this one supported the 15th Amendment that granted African American men the right to vote. People like Lucy Stone, Henry Brown Blackwell, Julia Ward Howe, Henry Ward Beecher, these people all worked together to help found this organization back in 1869. What are we doing today, each day, to leave something behind of this value and purpose? Due to this lack of time standardization back in the railroad days, schedules on the same tracks often could not be coordinated. So on November 18, 1883, U.S. and Canada came up with a new system of 4 time zones. It was on November 18, 1902, that the teddy bear was invented, and you probably know it's connected to Theodore Roosevelt, but do you know why? He had gone hunting in Mississippi for a bear, and guess what? He never found one. And they made cartoons about it, and it became famous. Terrible things. On November 18, 1978, the People's Temple founder Jim Jones led hundreds of followers in a mass suicide in Guyana. What a thrill to see the potential of each day throughout history. Make sure to make the right choices daily and make them good days. Friday flashback. In Milan, Italy, this wonderful painting is very familiar to all of you. You've seen it in little frames. But this will give you an idea of the size of this thing, and it actually covers the wall of an end of a building over in Milan, Italy. As you look at these pictures, you'll realize, looking at the people beside it, how large this is. And at the other end, there's another famous painting. And the people that cared for those who were visually impaired actually created a relief so they could touch this to get an idea of what it was like. But it actually was destroyed in the World War II bombing there. And yet that wall survived and is cared for even today in this particular church, Santa Maria delle Grazie, Holy Mary of Grace. Right across the street, there's a cafe, a little small thing, and it's playing off of that relatively closeness, but the food is magnificent, and the desserts are out of this world. There's so much to offer people in Milan, particularly the big cathedrals. Check this one out. Amazing the generations it takes to build something like this. Generation after generation, they work on it. The Last Supper and the cathedral, everyone's probably heard about. But there's more than the Last Supper and more than a cathedral in Milan. Check it out as we go beyond the walls of the cathedrals to see what else is out there in Milan, Italy. Hang on. Here it comes. Well, that was a quick glimpse of Milan. Small view, right? But that's about the size of it. Hope you enjoyed it. Milan holds the Last Supper. More people and places await your exploring than just that. There are riches to uncover. Enjoy. Saturday summary. Find the humor all around every day, and remember to share the joy with others, even if they're in the next cubicle. They need it too, and we all need to encourage each other, particularly through humor. God bless you when you do that. Plant good seeds today for those who follow. As you look around and see the many trees that are there, the shade that you receive and the fruit that you eat, remember someone came before you and someone's going to follow. Act accordingly. Build strong relationships every day because we all teach and people only learn from those whom they like. Embrace the messy also, because people learn from those they like, and the messy batter makes tasty cakes. See how it all works together? November 18th was special every year. Most of them were good, some were not. Make each day in your life special by making good choices every day. Make it something special today. Thanks, Milan, for caring for this great work of art. Also, thanks to the many people and places that Milan offers every day. Thank you for doing your part. May we do ours also. Saturday summary. Share the joy with others. Plant good seeds for those who follow. Take time to build strong relationships, embracing even the messy, and others will learn. Each day is special for some reason, so make yours great through your choices. Milan is more than the Last Supper, thanks to all the people and places that make it that way. Sunday silence. Take a few moments of silence and list some of the humor you found in your life this week and how you shared it with others. Then pause and reflect. Today's shade was from yesterday's planting. What good seeds did you plant this week for those who will follow you? Now pause and reflect. How did you take time to build relationships even in the messy times this week? Pause and reflect. List a few ways you have made each day special this week through your good choices. Then pause and reflect on that. Milan offers so much through its people, so what have you done this week to give yourself to others? Pause and reflect. This is Darrell R. Peebles, the old man behind the microphone, and I am sending out something every day through the People's Motivation Bureau, Positive, Personal, and Professional. It's divided up into 3 sections, the digital, the real, and the print divisions. Look at this list and see if there are any things on this list that might be of help to you in your situation in life, whether the YouTube channel, speaking, or some of the books that are coming out currently. Make sure you study the list. Make note of what you might need in the future. Here they are. Get on the list for local signing and delivery. I am fortunate it's ready and it's off the presses. Group discounts are available for local churches, a special gift for the pastor. I need your ideas and support, and I really appreciate you for that. These are some of the other things I do. Check them out. And realize you can contact me anytime at these particular contact points. So now go out and have a great day. Make it a great day. It is the only one you have. And I know as you touch others with your life, God is going to bless you greatly. God bless you now.